Well, if you look, Joe, at all the early season, way too early top 25 rankings, Villanova is right near the top, if not at the top in all of them. And today they got huge news that Jeremiah Robinson Earl is coming back. So talk a little bit about that. I mean, 5-star prospect here coming back. I mean, we're still waiting on Saddiq Bey, of course, but the cupboard is stocked for Villanova next year before we even talk about the recruits.
Oh yeah, it absolutely is. But getting Jeremiah Robinson Earl back is really big. I mean, the kid is a terrific player at both ends of the court. A great defensive player, great rebounder. So I'm thinking as of now that Saddiq Bey will be the only guy who goes. Like you said, with Jeremiah Robinson Earl back and the rest of their rotation, they should be in pretty good shape.
What are you hearing about the players coming in, and is that even necessary next year for Villanova, given what they have coming back?
Well, Jay Wright's never been someone to make sure all his scholarships are taken. I mean, if he goes into a season with 11, he's perfectly fine. And we had him on a conference call a couple of weeks ago, and he talked about like his incoming freshman. One of his incoming freshmen could be Brian Antoine, who he only played 16 games this year while returning from really major shoulder surgery. So Brian Antoine will be in the mix for a starting job, but since he didn't play much this year, you can consider him a freshman, although officially he will be a sophomore.
Good point. Yep.
Then you have another guy, a transfer from Tulane, Caleb Daniels, who had to sit out this year as under the transfer rule. He's coming in and he's going to be trying for some playing time. And then the real X factor and the guy that they were looking at had Jeremiah Robinson Earl left. They have a 6'9" kid, local kid by the name of Eric Dixon.
Yep.
Dixon was the Pennsylvania Player of the Year last season. And he came in this year a little heavy, and Jay wanted to make sure he had a full year of development under his belt, so he decided to redshirt him. And he'll be coming in next year as a freshman, as a redshirt freshman, but a guy who hasn't played yet. So you have these guys who are new to the program, plus Ryan Arcidiacono's kid brother, Chris Arcidiacono, who probably has a little more in the tank than he was able to show last year. Again, another year of development under Jay Wright, and how that's been with guys like Eric Pascal and Dante DiVincenzo and Mikal Bridges, guys who sit out years and then come back playing intercollegiate basketball and excelling. So, you maybe can see that happening next year with Antoine, with Eric Dixon, with Caleb Daniels, with Chris Arcidiacono. So there'll be plenty of competition for spots. And Jay's whole point was that it's the 2021 class, I think, that he's really focused on, because they will lose Jermaine Samuels, Colin Gillespie, and Demir Cosby-Roundtree after next season, and possibly Jeremiah Robinson Earl as well. So 2021 is a big recruiting season for them. If they can get somebody in 20, I don't think Jay will turn them down, but I think they're focused ahead 1 year when it comes to high school kids.
Yeah, and they've already got a lot of really warm commits here. Trey Patterson from New Jersey, number 2 in the state. Trevor Keels, 5-star out in Virginia. He's number 1 in the state. So it looks like they are going to be reloading, Joe. That's for sure. The Villanova Wildcats going to be at the top of everyone's list next year for college basketball. And even though this year was cut short, it looks like they'll have a strong team back again next year.